Bradley Walsh. Come on down!
Yep, that's me, and I confess I'm something of a game show addict.
Points make prizes. What do points make?
I've hosted a few in my time,
The chase is on.
and for as long as I can remember, I've been a fan.
£1 million, look at that.
Get in.
In this series, I want to find out how game shows have had Britain hooked for more than 60 years. This was television that, long before reality TV, turned members of the public into stars.
Can't believe it. It's the quizzing cabbie, Fred Housecoat.
I'm going to bring you all of my favourite moments. I'll be finding out about the game show greats. Sorry, Les.
You're killing the game.
I'll meet some familiar faces
Nice to see you. To see you.
Nice.
and revive a few classics.
How many minutes left?
Annika Rice, can you hear me?
Hello, Bradley.
Down. Stop.
Fire! Oh, get in!
So pay close attention at the back. And join me for an unforgettable journey into the world of the TV game show. Today, I'm going to find out how Britain first fell in love with the game show. Just how did it become such a big part of our lives?
Nice to see you.
To see you. Nice.
I'll discover how British game shows of the 1980s had the USA written all over them.
We don't do fist pumping and whooping.
Certainly don't stand up and wave your arms around. It's just un-British.
And I'll see how some of our old favourites have made a remarkable comeback in the 21st century.
To be able to follow the footsteps of Bob Munco's, Les Dennis and Max Bygraves as well, it's pretty cool, I'll be honest with you.
But my journey begins with the host who over 6 decades helped make the game show as much a part of Britain as fish and chips.
Oh, that's gone. That's gone. That's out of control. That's gone.
Yep, from the game show's golden age in the 70s right back to its beginnings, one man has seen and done it all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sunday night of the London Palladium. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Beat the Clock, and we have a return.
Now, this is where my love affair with the game show truly began. This is Beat the Clock, a segment shown every week as part of Sunday night at the London Palladium, with the brilliant Bruce Forsyth.
Starting from now, up you go, 55 seconds.
It was live, it was funny, it was exciting,
Come on, Sophie! Come on, Sophie!
and from the second I'd seen Beat the Clock, I was fanatical about game shows.
You've won a major prize, and I do hope you like it. What about that?
Brilliant. But how did the game show go from a brief slot on a Sunday night variety show to 18 million viewers on a Saturday night? There's only one way to find out.
I'm now turning up at the home of the legend that is Sir Bruce Forsyth. We're going to chat about his life in game shows. Looking forward to this. Here we go.
Oh, it's you! I'm sorry, we're closed for the summer.
Yeah. Great to see you.
How are you?
Really lovely.
Long time since I've seen
I know.
you. Nice to see you. To see you. Nice!
I've got to ask you about your career within game shows and quiz shows. It starts from when I remember, Sunday night at the London Palladium, and Beat the Clock.
Yes, well, Beat the Clock. Well, Beat the Clock was probably one of the first game shows ever in this country.
Oh, you mucked it all up, you have.
And I always loved it because I could jostle the people along, have a bit of fun with them about their work or whatever it was, and if they were doing something badly, I'd try to correct it and all that.
I've got enough trouble tonight without you. Right.
Well, it's the spontaneity,
Yes.
spontaneity of it, isn't it?
That's the word.
Spontaneity.
You got it in the end. Spontaneity, he was trying to say. Yeah, but we've got it now. We've nailed it.
Don't be impatient.
Bruce took to the fun and games like a duck to water. His repartee with the contestants honed over years performing in variety shows across the country.
luck. Bad luck.
Bruce left Britain's most famous variety show in 1964 to concentrate on a career on the stage. But a meeting with BBC head of light entertainment Bill Cotton 7 years later would change the course of TV history.
I was trying to do a talk show, and I went to see him about doing a talk show, and after I'd done all that, he said, I'd like you to see a tape from Holland, he said, of a show that I'd like to do here. Just have a look at it. And it was all these games, and then after a game, somebody would come on and sing a few songs. Then they'd have another game. And it lasted about 2.5 hours.
Right.
And Bill said to me, look, he said, do you think this would work as a game show? And he said, I'd like to do it in 45 minutes. And that's how the Generation game was born.
Life is the name of the game, and I want to play the game with you.
This was my Saturday night sorted in the 70s. It was a simple enough idea. Members of the public tried to take on tasks demonstrated by the experts. Ah, bless.
You would ostensibly treat it like a live show.
Yes.
A theatre show.
Well, yes, it was one of my ideas to include the plays, where everything went wrong in the plays, and trying to get these rank amateurs to act.
Actually, the familiar cry of the old rooster.
What I love about game shows, or any show, is if things go wrong.
Yeah.
And I love things to go wrong, then I have to put them right. And that's what the Generation game was all about.
Bruce's performance on the Generation game was a masterclass for any budding game show host watching at home. It turns out there were quite a few.
If you watch Bruce closely, and trust me, I have, because he manhandles my wife on a regular basis, but what he's good at is he's his own floor manager. So he bosses the stage, and when he's with the contestants, he'll literally grab their arm and drag them to where they're supposed to stand.
The worse the chaos, more he enjoyed it. When the show was apparently falling apart, that's what he loved.
It's the little looks to camera. You know, when a contestant says something,
That exasperation.
which is ridiculous and it's stupid. It's that. It's that look.
Gene Walker and Gerald's Cross. Oh no.
That's where it's from, Gerrard's Cross.
He was brilliant at absolutely smoothing over, making a joke out of everything. A master.
Bruce's looks, phrases, and even his gestures all became part of game show folklore.
Your Greek pose. I mean, where does stuff like that come
No, well, the
from?
pose came off the cuff for a bit of a laugh with the crew. I did this pose. Did the pose like that. So when the spotlight hit me, I was standing like that. And then I finished, did this, and walked forward. And after the rehearsal, Jim Moyer, who was the producer, came round after, that was a funny start. I said, what was it? He said, the pose. I said, oh, I did that just to give you a laugh in the studio. He said, no, it's good because we see you in sort of silhouette and then you suddenly come to life like this Greek god and you start the show. So it was in after that. It was just something that happened in rehearsals.
By the 80s, Bruce had left the Generation game, and American game shows like Sale of the Century and Blankety Blank were in high demand on British television. So, Brucey went to Hollywood in search of his next big hit.
How did you find Play Your Cards Right?
I saw it in Los Angeles. It was called Card Sharks.
Is it lower than the 10? Yes, it is.
Higher, Bob!
Higher than the 3, 6.
Freeze, Bob!
Freeze.
And the other show I really liked and I wanted was Family Fortunes. That was the one I wanted.
Really?
It was, what was it called?
Family Feud.
Family Feud, you're right. Go on, blimey. You're working well.
If it's there, you take the $62. If custard pie is not there, the Gautiers get the money. 1 order of custard pie.
But Bruce wasn't the only game show legend with his eye on this prize. Another game show powerhouse, Bob Monkhouse, had beaten him to it, having already bought the rights to bring the show to Britain.
I said, well, ask Bob if, you know, he'd like to swap at all. And anyway, he said, no, he's got to do family, he doesn't want to do the other. I said, oh, well. And then, to my surprise, I didn't know there was so much fun to get out of card sharks or, you know...
Play your cards
Play
right.
your cards right.
Bruce brought back the Generation Game in the 90s before ending his game show days in 2004.
Remember, no matter what happens, Bruce's price is always right. Good night.
I don't think his record of over 500 game show episodes spanning 6 different decades will ever be beaten.
Thank you.
What a legend.
Do you know what, though? It's been nice to see you. You.
Nice.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Bless you.
We're not going to do the song, are we?
Should we do the song?
We're not going to do it.
Underneath
the arches. No, it dates us. It does date us.
In the 70s, Saturday night belonged to the BBC and the Generation Game, but that slot was about to turn into a game show battleground. Next, we'll find out how ITV fought back.
3, 2, 1, you're on. Now, hang on, you tell me, what is it you're on?
Never get it the wrong way around. When you're a kid, that was a telling off offence.
But whatever happened to the star of the show? No, not Ted.
Oh, I tell you what, I love this. This is great.
In my view, the game show is television entertainment at its best, and I'm finding out how it came to dominate our screens. As we found out back in the 70s, Bruce Forsyth and the Generation Game transformed the TV landscape.
Good game, good game.
Game shows were cheaper to make than expensive variety shows, but could still pull in huge viewing figures.
Didn't she do well?
The BBC's rival, ITV, had a problem. It needed to find a hit game show of its own. Producers were dispatched across the globe in search of the next game show phenomenon. The answer was in Spain. Adapted from the series Un, Dos, Tres, 3, 2, 1, like the Gen Game, set out to be a magnificent marriage between game show and variety. Magnificent? Yes. Simple? No way, Jose. Leading the charge for ITV was comedian and former Butlins Redcoat Ted Rogers, the man with the fastest fingers in the West.
3, 2, 1, you're on. Now, hang on, you tell me, what is it you're on?
3, 2, 1. How does he do that?
Never get it the wrong way around. When you're a kid, that was a telling off offence.
You've got to... See? You've got to get it right. You've got to get it right. 3, 2, 1. That's good, isn't it?
Boom, boom, boom. That's it. You still can't do it, can you?
Ted was the 3, 2, 1 master.
Once again, and remember, it's 3, 2, 1. You're on. Go on, son.
Hang on a minute. Whoa. Just rewind that bit.
Remember, it's 3...
hang on. That's 4, Ted.
2...
no, and that's a 3.
1.
Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. ITV's spectacular Saturday night extravaganza was an instant hit, and within weeks of going on air in 1978, was neck and neck with the Generation Game in the ratings war. It was 3 shows in 1. We got a quiz show.
I want you to give me the letters of the alphabet backwards.
Z.
X.
A game show.
This must be the one to get rid of. Dusty Ben, you've done it!
And a variety show.
Why are we waiting?
No animals were harmed in the making of this programme, by the way.
Who cares for teachers' sons? Look out, love!
It's a perfect format because you started off with 3 couples doing a form of quiz. The top 2 in the quiz went through to play the game.
This is Trevor Long and his wife Janice.
So what was it like being caught up in all this madness? One of 3, 2, 1's first contestants was Janice Long, who would later find fame as a TV and radio presenter.
There was an advert in the Liverpool Echo and they were looking for contestants for a new game show called 3, 2, 1, which was going to be made in Leeds. And my mother, unbeknown to me, actually got in touch with them and said, oh, I think my daughter and her husband, might like to go in for this.
Please name countries on the mainland of Europe.
We knew it was to do with general knowledge because I do actually remember going to the library in Egbert in Liverpool and swatting.
The one I'm going to give you is the USSR, Russia.
Russia.
France.
Well, all that hard work obviously paid off, with Janice and then husband Trevor going through to the next round. But first, this.
You better come home, Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah, hey, go on, my son. Just like Janice, viewers at home sat through a number of bizarre variety acts. Can you believe every show had a different theme? There was magic. There was glamour. That's Diana Dawes.
Come up and see me sometime.
And a right old comedy, Carry On.
You mind not flashing in our garden?
Leave it, Babs. It had the biggest stars of the day. And the Crankies.
Oh, look at me, I'm soaking.
Oh, you're a big drip anyway.
And after each act, the performer would bring over an object with a clue to a prize.
The clues were so obscure.
Don't rush in. You could go bust.
This would look good in a garage and save you using your feet. You only need to buy petrol to put you in the driving seat.
But your prospects are bright if you don't bite the dust.
The baffled couples and millions of us at home then had to work out what the prizes were.
You use your feet to open a petrol bin. You find bins in a petrol station. Seat is an anagram of teas. You find tea bags in the bin. Yes, you've won the canteen of cutlery.
I never really understood 3, 2, 1. I'll be honest with you. Them clues were just so random and out there that we didn't watch it in our house because it just did our head in.
The Times crossword is easier than trying to work out a 3, 2, 1 clue.
I have to explain that the contestants in the studio, of course, the show was shot over 2.5, 3 hours. So you had to make them pretty tricky.
Any ideas what you think it might be? None at all?
The explanations were always there, word for word, on the back of the clue.
You might need this prize if you're going out on the town. Well, of course, a car would get you there comfortably, but the clue was a piece of park and cake.
Sometimes Ted read them all out, and sometimes he didn't, which led to more confusion.
We were talking about his clothes, and we said, try it for size, so you have won these outfits of woolen clothes for men and women.
I still treasure a cartoon that appeared in one of the national papers with the guy on a psychiatrist's couch saying, "Doctor, I'm really worried. I can understand the clues on 3, 2, 1.
Go on, talk up loud. They don't mind you hearing, do you? Go on, talk
really
up.
scared.
Meanwhile, our Janice and Trevor got all the way to the final round and then had to figure out which of their last 2 clues was the star prize.
We'll throw away the triangle.
Is it trying a definite decision?
Because what you're trying to do is win the car.
There was a little love match, of course. Did he give her the run around? Well, he certainly did. And what better to run her around in
Than a car.
than a beautiful car? Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I remember feeling really disappointed when we didn't win the car and thinking, oh, gosh, what on earth are we going to get?
And your prize, not pieces of 8 that we had in the sketch, but a 5-piece sterling silver tea service. How does that grab you? Hey!
I just remember thinking, no, really.
Hey, just take a look at that, eh?
She looks thrilled. Although Janice and Trevor headed home with something more suited to your nan, their cloud did have a silver lining. Get a room!
I put it in a carrier bag and I went to a very posh jeweller's in Liverpool and said, what's this worth? And I could see them looking, thinking, where's she got that from? We sold it for £2,000 and used it as a deposit on our first house. So we did really well out of it.
But for me, 3, 2, 1's success wasn't down to its riddles, Ted's fast fingers, or even its prizes. The Generation game may have had Brucey, but 3, 2, 1 had its own secret weapon in the 1970s battle of the game shows. And I have travelled up to ITV studios in Leeds, where 3, 2, 1 was filmed, to hear the story of a little piece of game show history. And when I say little, I'm talking about 3'2".
The weird and wonderful world of the TV game show has brought us some memorable pieces of technological state-of-the-art wizardry over the years, but few have lived quite so long in the memory as a comedy sidekick who, in his day, was groundbreaking.
OK, so he may look a bit primitive now compared to today's high-tech gadgets, but in the 70s, he was the most sophisticated piece of technology the game show had ever seen. And all he got paid was the odd squirt of WD-40. Take a bow, 3, 2, 1's infamous booby prize. It is the legend. That is Dusty Bin.
I always remember when I was a kid, though, I thought, if I go on 3, 2, 1, I'd like to win Dusty Bin. I don't know why. I couldn't understand why they were so disappointed.
Well, unfortunately, you have won. Dusty Bin's been won.
And then I realised they didn't win the actual Dusty Bin that kind of came on and wobbled around. They just won a bin.
Well, at least you're going to get a new dustbin to start the house off with when you get married, right?
Yeah, a little Dusty Bin.
You had a Dusty Bin?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Came from a very well-off family.
Yeah, you're right.
Dusty Bin was TV magic all the way through 3, 2, 1's 9 years on ITV. And now, for one night only, he's back where it all began. And I'm hoping his creator, Ian Rowley, can tell me how a mechanical dustbin came to play such a key part in game show history.
Fantastic. Dusty Bin, the legend that is Dusty Bin. Ian, let me ask you a couple of things. Originally, 321 was a Spanish show.
It was, yeah.
Did they have a bin as the booby prize?
No, they
in the
didn't.
Spanish show?
When YTV bought the rights to it, they decided to slightly alter the format. We made the original bin just as a prop. It was only on casters. But about a year into it, the producer, he sort of said, I'll give you 500 quid if you can get it going as a robot, which was a lot of money in those days. And so I started, I didn't know anything about electronics either, to find out about it, and we got it running as a robot.
Our new automated Dusty Bin, you see, he goes on his own now, so when the dustmen forget him, he can run up the road after them.
But the radios in those days were so old-fashioned, I suppose, that the TV equipment used to interfere with them. So when the scene dock doors opened, Dusty Bin had set off. And so over a couple of years, we developed it, and we finally got to, we got military specification radios, big deal. Dusty Bin was absolute foremost, cutting edge at this time.
Did you use that entire budget, or did you go over that?
Went over it, went over it.
Well over?
This bin was this is the last show bin that was built. This was £25,000 in 1980, 1979, something like that. 25 grand, yeah.
Dusty Bin himself was as famous as the show. It was all about...
The fan mail he got was unbelievable.
Really?
Sacks and sacks of fan mail, yeah.
Listen, Ian, I know he's your baby, but do you mind? Could I?
Well, yeah.
Because I never ever got the chance to meet him when I was starting out. You wouldn't have me on the show. I wasn't good enough, obviously. But can I have a go?
Of course you can, yeah.
I have never, ever worked a remote control in my life. This is the first time, and it's Dusty Bin.
Yeah.
I've never done a plane, I've never done a little car, nothing. This is the first time. Oh, sorry, Dusty. Oh, crikey. Oh, I tell you what, I love this. This is great. Dusty, tremendous. Lovely to meet you, my friend. Lovely to meet you after all these years. Been a pleasure. Been a pleasure. I can't believe I'm talking to a bin.
As the 70s came to an end, our TVs were bursting with game shows, from gentle tea time favourites like Mr. and Mrs.
How would your wife describe your face? Would she say? It looks a bit shocked at the moment.
to primetime hits like Winner Takes All.
Yep. They seem to come up with the formats that you absolutely must watch.
Next, I'll find out how a brand new game show era landed on our shores in the 80s.
You don't get anything for a pair, not...
The late 1970s saw game shows dominate Saturday night TV, and the trend continued into the 80s.
Really? I mean, look at that.
When shows like 321 and Family Fortunes were pulling in 15 million viewers.
Bob Monkhouse!
These classic shows have firmly embedded themselves in British culture.
Can I have a pea, please, Bob?
But if you think they're homegrown, think again.
Name something which is thought to bring good luck.
Mud pie.
All of these series came from the USA, where legendary producers Mark Goodson and Bill Todman created some of the greatest game shows ever seen.
They seem to come up with the formats that you absolutely must watch.
You can change this card if you want to. Frank, it's a
I'm
king.
going to keep it. I'm going to go lower.
Lower than the king. Your card is a 10.
You've got to play your cards right. What's my line? Price is right.
Goodson and Todman were pioneers and the first to make the game show a global phenomenon.
Nobody could guess the popularity of these game shows overseas. Goodson, Todman were absolutely floored by their success.
And name an animal found near the North or South Pole.
Koala bear?
But perhaps the most successful of all the American imports in the 80s was this, Match Game. Or as we know it...
Roy Kinnear.
Blankety blank, blankety blank.
Lorraine Chase.
Bum, bum, bum. Blankety blank, blankety blank.
Blankety blank. Do-do-do-do.
That's not a song. That's a chant. Probably win the Eurovision Song Contest.
Blankety Blank was a great format. Fab show. Dead simple. 2 contestants. 6 celebrities. Here's a question. Celebrities have to give the answer.
My brother-in-law sits around drinking so much beer and watching so much sport on television. He's the only man in the world with athletes blank.
And then the answers that celebrities give have to match the answer that the contestant has written down as well.
Ukulele, move on.
Ukulele.
Then known purely for his radio programmes, the move to the world of the TV game show was a radical departure for Terry Wogan.
I was a little reticent about television. Radio, I could do. It was easy. Television, you had to move yourself to certain spots where you were lit and all the rest of it. But Blankety Blank was the first opportunity I had to actually walk and talk at the same time without worrying where I was standing or indeed what I was saying. And it was a watershed for me, and I loved doing it. It was great fun.
With Terry at the helm, Blankety Blank's ratings soared to 20 million. No wonder the stars of the day were desperate to take part. One of the show's regular guests was actress Lorraine Chase.
Have you?
Oh, sorry. You would turn up and meet all these people that I'd grown up with. And I used to embarrass my agent rotten because I'd go around getting everyone's autograph.
Although the mix of celebs may have seemed a bit random, the lineup was very carefully planned, right down to the seats they were sitting in.
Each chair had a position. The first top left had to be sensible. The top middle could be new face. The top right had to be daft as a brush. And the bottom right one had to be a silly answer. So Lorraine Chase was perfect.
Bottom.
Spell bottom.
B-O-T-T-A-U-M.
You see the kind of thing.
Next time, Wogan, I shan't be polite. I shall put bum like everyone else.
Meanwhile, the bottom centre spot was always reserved for telly's biggest comedy stars.
One of my favourites to sit next to was Kenny Everett.
As soon as you're ready, Lorraine and Kenny and Karen put up the little sign.
He had this rapport with Terry. They were great friends, so he kind of knew he could take more of a liberty than most, and he took every liberty he could.
The nurses, boom.
Well, Kenny Everett, of course, was, in a sense, a revolutionary radio presenter, and then had enormous success with his own shows on television.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Ken. Thank you.
It was his job to be anarchic when he came on.
I'm game for anything, you know. After 4 years in charge, Terry decided to leave the game show that had made him one of the most familiar faces on the box. The BBC replaced him with someone that many thought was a choice right out of left field. Les Dawson.
See, this is the first time I've hosted a quiz show. And quite frankly, I feel about as comfortable as a lame turkey sat on a pile of Paxo listening to Christmas carols.
Not only did Les Dawson inherit the programme, he also acquired Wogan's famous wand.
The microphone, which is the car area, with a little microphone on top. It was a gimmick, of course, but it was a gimmick that worked.
I remember on the first episode that Les Dawson did, he came down with that microphone, and I remember thinking, oh, no, please find your own way.
I shall do my best, Terry, to keep this show on the high level of asininity that you created.
And what he did is he came on and he snapped that microphone in half and said, that's not me, this is the way I'm going to do it.
You've got an iconic comedian, really funny, proper northern bloke, and he always hosted it like he didn't want to be there. You know, like, oh, right, here we go again, I'll walk up these stairs. Right, what do you think? Come on, just give me an answer, I want to get home.
This show is just slightly longer than How the West Was Won.
He would take the mick, but he would do it in a kind of harmless, fun way.
You're killing the game, if that's possible. You couldn't kill this game with warfarin.
And also sort of slightly taking the mick out of the show as well and the prizes that were being given away.
This is the only quiz show I know that gets fire salvage prizes.
The prizes weren't worth winning. And, of course, the big prize was the blankety blank checkbook and pen.
Because you've been so good, you're going to get the same as everybody else. A rotten blankety blank checkbook and pen.
Which is worth nothing. And it's still worth nothing. I know, because I have one.
With over 200 episodes spanning over 10 years and a ratings high of 23 million viewers, Blankety Blank remains one of the BBC's most successful entertainment shows.
I think it was loved because it somehow created an atmosphere of fun and friendship, and it seemed, and it was true, that everybody got on well together.
And thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll make it another date for another Blankety Blank same time next week.
By the mid-80s, Britain had become a different country under the leadership of Margaret Thatcher. We wanted it all, whether it was a new car or a mobile phone the size of a brick. And as Britain changed, the game show changed with it. The timing was right for a show that celebrated our consumer-driven society, and it came in the form of a hit American series that had a style and razzmatazz unlike anything we'd ever seen on these shores.
We don't do fist pumping and whooping in this country.
Certainly don't stand up and wave your arms around. It's just un-British.
$2, you win, Ali.
You all right down there, love? I've come back to the old Central Studios in Nottingham, where in 1984 a TV revolution took place.
Here's television's new exciting family game show. The Price is Right.
This is the studio. This is where the magic happened. I mean, it's empty now, but you can only imagine the frenzy and the audience.
And here's your host, Leslie Crowther.
Actor and comedian Leslie Crowther found himself at the forefront of this American invasion. It's said he was at first wary of shouting its famous battle cry, but it was soon to become one of TV's most famous catchphrases.
Come on down! You are our next contestant on The Price is Right.
Come on down. And they come like, and it's like you've never seen it on TV. British people don't behave like that normally.
It was always better when women ran down. Women of a certain figure running down the stairs. That, as a young lad, that was a real bonus, that was.
You used to have to wait till after 9 o'clock to see stuff like that on the telly, but The Price is Right had
Brilliant.
it all.
The Price is Right exploded onto our screens on the 24th of March 1984. The contestants may have been mad for it, but not everyone welcomed the show with open arms.
The show has been a hit in the States for more than a decade, and now Central are hoping it'll match that success over here with Leslie Crowther. But the critics have pounced on the show. They say it can lead to an increase in the crime rate, playing on the basest of instincts, greed.
I've decided to quiz Howard Huntridge, one of the main men responsible for bringing it to our shores, to find out exactly what all the fuss was about.
I have to say that there was somewhat of a backlash through the press. I mean, they said it was too brash, it was not British.
I have never, ever seen worse criticisms. The press murdered us. They hated us.
Why?
They just snobbish, I suppose. They didn't like it.
Those are the missing numbers, right? We want you to put them back where you think they ought to go. You've got up to 30 seconds to do it, and those you get right, you keep.
I remember people in my hometown said, "What was that garbage last night?" I said, "Are you still watching it?" Everybody.
Of course they watched
Nobody
it.
would admit it, but they all
Oh,
watched
of course
it,
they
you know.
was. It's a fantastic show. Tell me how you first came about the show.
William G. Stewart, Bill Stewart, was the producer. We went off to LA, we brought it back, we said, right, here we are, we're going to make it work.
Come on down! You are our first.
Bill used to do the warm-up to Land of Hope and Glory,
Go!
looking for characters to pull down.
I got you.
Go on, kid!
We would tell the audience exactly what we wanted. We would show them an American show, and we said, look, this is what we want. And went from there onwards. It was terrific.
The very first Price is Right contestant to come on down on British television was an excitable young lady from Tamworth.
Wendy Partridge! Come on
And tonight, I've brought her back to relive that very moment.
Come on, Wendy. Bit slower now, though. I mean, in your heyday, you'd have sprinted down there, love, wouldn't you? How lovely to see you.
No, I can't believe that we're actually here.
Did you think at the time when Leslie Crowther said those magic words, did you think it was going to be you?
No. You honestly did not know that you were going to be called down, and it was such a surprise. Because of the prizes and because we knew that we'd maybe got a chance of winning something really big, that everybody was excited.
And what was Leslie Crowther like? What was he like?
Oh, he was such a professional. He was brilliant. And, I mean, it was new to him as well.
The price we're looking for is £84, Wendy!
So, on the game show famous for giving away prizes galore, what did you come away with, Wendy?
I actually won a spice cabinet. And when you think there was caravans and sewing machines...
You won a spice cabinet?
Have you got a pine spice chest?
I haven't, no.
Well, you've got...
Very useful.
Well, you've got one now.
Lovely, right?
But a nice memento.
Oh, absolutely,
I'd have been thrilled if I'd have won a spice cabinet.
Wendy may not have made it through to the showcase final 30 years ago, but that night has left her with some legacy. You are part of televisual history within game shows. The first contestant of The Price is Right.
Wonderful.
So lovely to see you.
And you, Bradley. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Wendy. Next, I bring the game show story bang up to date as I look at how some much-loved favourites have been revived for a whole new generation.
I love doing it because they'll answer anything. Who's got the smelliest feet?
Today, we live in a multi-channel world. In a typical week on British TV, you can watch over 30 different game shows, if you wanted to.
What was that?
There's even an entire channel dedicated to them. But as well as the new ideas, we've also started looking to the past.
Our survey says...
Giving some of our best-loved game shows from the 70s and 80s a modern-day makeover. And introducing them to a brand new audience. It's June 2014.
Brad, nice to see you. You well?
I'm at ITV's London studios where I'm about to find out firsthand what goes into reviving a classic game show. For me, it's a real trip down memory lane.
Bradley Walsh, please.
Bradley Walsh at last!
I appeared as a panellist on Celebrity Squares several times in the 90s as an up-and-coming young comic when the late, great Bob Monkhouse was host.
And who laughs at adversity until you ask him how to spell it.
Here I am, I think almost, I don't know how many years later, 17, 18, maybe 20 years later, I'm back on Celebrity Squares. This time, I'm in the elevated position of being asked to be centre square. If you're centre square, it's like you've arrived.
And to remind me of the rules is my old mate, the show's scriptwriter, Les Keane.
So, first round.
Yeah.
With just normal noughts and crosses.
Yeah.
Second round, it's exactly the same, but we have a secret square.
Right.
Which you don't find out if you're a secret square until you find out you're a secret square. The lights will flash.
Yeah.
You know, and you go, please feel free, I know you will be, as anarchic as you like.
Yes.
Move around, get out the square, blah, 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 you know.
But Celebrity Squares isn't the only classic show to be brought back to our screens in recent years.
You look at those shows and you try and retain what is great about them.
George, stay with me. Violet, would you like to relax for a few minutes in our little music box?
Then you add something in that makes it feel modern, and that might be about the set or the technology.
Let's move the booth.
But you're always very careful not to get rid of the things that make those formats so durable and so long-lasting.
Welcome to the Krypton Factor and the return of Britain's toughest quiz on TV.
We all love a bit of nostalgia. We all like thinking back to those shows, the originals of those shows. You know, if you've got a great format, that format can transcend time.
I have kids now saying to me, oh, I love Catchphrase, and they're talking to me as though it's a brand new show.
How you doing? Welcome back to Catchphrase.
The reason it seems to have gone down so well is it had a long enough break. We haven't changed that much. The only thing we changed is another contestant at the start of the show, and of course the graphics, because we had to.
Mr. Chips, but what's he trying to let you know?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Absolutely right, well done!
We know Steve Mulhern, obviously, from Britain's Got Talent, and we were thrilled when he got the job to host Catchphrase when he came back. So much so, we got a Catchphrase board game, and we tested him out, and he came round to mine, and we sat there and we played it. He hosted it, and we played it.
It's great. We had our own little private catchphrase at home. Yeah, he won.
But what's it like stepping into the shoes of a TV game show icon from another era?
I think with bringing a classic game show back, like we have done with Family Fortunes, it's important to stay true to the original format because they are so good. That's why they're coming back.
It's Vernon Kay!
To be able to follow the footsteps of Bob Monkhouse, Les Dennis, Max Bygraves as well, it's pretty cool, I'll be honest with you.
Scottish city. Edinburgh? When I got Family Fortunes, I got a call from Bob Monkhouse. I couldn't believe it. And so when Vernon got Family Fortunes, I did exactly what Bob had done.
He phoned me up and he said, "Hi, Vernon, it's Les." I'm like, Les? Let's... Dennis! Oh, brilliant! You know. And he said, "Listen, I'm just ringing you up to congratulate you on getting Family Fortunes, because when I got Family Fortunes, Bob Monkhouse phoned me up. So I'm just kind of passing the mantle as Bob did." And I was like, wow, this is ace.
Les also passed on some friendly advice to Vernon about inheriting that famous Family Fortune sound effect.
And they'll hear this.
He said, "It's going to follow you around wherever you go. People will be in the supermarket, petrol station, when you're with your wife in a restaurant." And it does, everywhere.
It's not there!
I think that those little things are iconic parts of shows, you know, that make people recognise that, oh, that is Family Fortunes.
Our first couple are Mr. and Mrs. Jeffreys from Chipping Norton in Oxfordshire. They've been...
Originally, game shows like Family Fortunes and Mr. and Mrs. featured members of the public. But when they returned, it was all about famous contestants and their families, satisfying our fascination with celebrity life.
Mr. and Mrs. is such a... It's a dream to do. I love doing it because they'll answer anything.
Who's got the smelliest feet?
And obviously we have our boundaries. It's a family show. But people will just tell you the most personal things about their life and not bat an eyelid about it. What about the snip?
Well, I don't think the snip would annoy her at all. I mean, Beth was literally still bringing our second child into the world when she turned to me and went, "You're getting done."
So it won't be that one?
I don't think it'll be that one.
Meanwhile, back in the all-new Celebrity Squares, it's nearly showtime.
We do a cross between Jude Law and Orlando Bloom. Bit of Johnny Depp. Can you do that?
We'll try, yeah.
There's a 21st century set, some 21st century celebrities. All we need now is the new host.
Welcome to you all, our squares, everyone!
And keeping the celebs in order, it's actor Warwick Davis.
How do you feel game shows and quiz shows are perceived today? Do you think they are still loved by everyone?
Yeah, I think a game show is something that a family can sit down and watch.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if the game show's right, play along with as well. That's what everyone does, don't they? And I think they're very nostalgic often. You know, we all remember watching them when we were growing up. I remember my nan would come and babysit for us, and I would sit the whole evening with her and we'd watch game shows.
Yeah.
You know, there's Brucey. I mean, it's just all of that stuff was what made our Saturday night television.
Yeah.
I mean, the game show comes from America, but I think we've made it a very British institution as well at the same time.
I'm thrilled to be back, me. I can't wait.
No, it's great to have you.
Yeah.
Of course, taking the centre square.
Yeah, I know. When I was just talking about this earlier on, when I first started out, I remember the centre square was cannon and ball. And it just shows you, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
And in the centre square tonight, the chairman of our board, it's Bradley Walsh.
It's exciting to see this show from the past being brought to a whole new generation of viewers. 50 years on, from millions of us watching Brucey on Beat the Clock, it's clear that Britain's love affair with the game show shows no signs of waning.
Our survey says...
Times have changed, the sets, stars and technology may be different, but game shows still have the ability to bring fun, excitement and jeopardy to our living rooms. And that is why we love them. Well, that's the first part of my journey over, but there's just time for our own quick quiz. Throughout this series, to check that we've all been paying attention, some of my famous friends will be testing my knowledge of game show history. Feel free to play along at home. Come on, bring it on.
Hi, Bradley.
Hello, Roy.
What was the name of my sidekick on Catchphrase?
Mr. Chips.
Right!
Right, Brad, got a quick question for you about Family Fortune.
Go, Vern.
What is the name of the Family Fortunes scoreboard?
Wouldn't know. Survey says.
A survey says? That's wrong. What's wrong with you?
Mr. Babbage. Of course. Next one, next question.
Right, Bradley, here's one for you.
Hello, lads. Lovely to see you.
Which game show that we hosted shares its name with the very famous Lady Gaga song? Think carefully.
I'm gonna have to hurry, Bradley. The news is on in a minute. We need an answer.
Poker Face.
Poker Face. You'll be right. Well done.
Wow, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Can I come back next week? I hope so, as there'll be plenty more questions when I find out about the brainiest member of the game show family.
I started, so I'll finish.
Anyone know the answer?
No.
We're talking about the quiz show.
I just thought to myself, don't make a fool of yourself, son. That's it. Just don't make a fool of yourself.
I think it's Henry II. I mean, that was a moment. I thought, God, I think I've done it.
Good night. God bless.
And Bradley's back next Sunday at the same time with more gems from the archives. Coming up tonight, we've the brand new series of the highs and lows of life at the zoo. That's here in a few minutes. Then, using original letters and diaries from the men and women of World War I, ITV brings you The Great War, the people's story, at 9.